Hello.
Oh, hey, Lou.
I was on time.
You guys are cutting it pretty close there.
What it got on at 7:58. What are you going to do with 120 seconds of extra time?
Well, I've been on since 5:30 this morning here. Yeah. Oh, no.
So you're saying you're going to be extra prepared?
Well, I had to get all my yellow. Had to get all my yellow in.
Yeah, I could have used the highlighting. You're giving away the whole show. You're leaving nothing.
I'm giving away the show. I got news for you.
There's no surprises. Except for one surprise.
All right, I'm gonna let. There he is.
Yeah. Pat's here. Hello, Pat.
Look at how clean that place is.
Are you having an open house today? People walking through to buy?
That would be great.
Right in the
Can you
middle
guys
of the
hear me?
show.
Yeah, we're
Well, I can't hear you guys.
teasing you. Oh, you can't?
It's too bad.
Yeah, you're missing Blue and his words of wisdom. It's not on this side. Let's see. Now he's chatting with us. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
What's going on?
You here. You know, that reminds me, I just saw Coda yesterday.
Let's see. Maybe I can check my. What I can do? I'm not hearing you guys. You guys messing with me? Is this
No.
a prank?
No, yeah. That'd be a great prank.
Let me get the light. Let me get a light on here.
Awesome.
This camera wasn't cheap, right? You know, I bought it when we started doing these, but it has no base. Like if I hit something and then, you know, it's like, whoa, right?
Shaky cam.
Yeah. Well, I was watching some, you know, ex-diplomat yesterday being interviewed, and it's all boom, boom, boom. And he wasn't in Ukraine.
Oh, jeez.
Well, speaking of that, look what I'm converting to digital from VHS.
Oh, the newsroom. Nice.
Oh, yeah. That's supposed to be really good, huh?
What's that now?
That's supposed to be really good, right?
Oh, no, you've seen it. See, I'm living in the past. I've been converting old Mediadawgs because it occurred to me, I found a big stack in the basement. I used to put them on VHS so my parents could watch because they had US cable out of Waukegan because they were in Green Oaks, and you know, they couldn't set their VHS recorder. So what do you guys want? Oh, I was showing Lou all my yellow.
Well, I prepared the introduction. I'd like to welcome you to Mediadawg's first annual St. Patty's Day show, where we'll be talking about the Irish films in history, Roninish, Waking Ned Devine, and 25 Leprechaun movies. Isn't that what we're here for?
I love Secret Roninish, though. That's a great movie.
You know,
Oh yeah, no, both of yeah. Both
can
of
I
them.
just say we didn't talk enough about that movie in the old days.
No, I know that's every episode, half the episode we talked about.
I feel like maybe I don't know. I feel like I'm not. Is that better? Oh, no. Yeah. Anyway, so wow, I'm getting emails that we're joining this meeting. How would I not know that? Good thing they let me know. You know, let's talk about that. We are Mediadawgs. do we have to get a notification? Even if you've got notifications turned off, I still get emails and crap for all this. It's just, there's just too much coming in. We need two
Yeah.
cameras. Because I can't go,
Oh, what's?
Oh,
Ding.
we used to have two cameras.
Oh,
Right
that's
back.
right.
I'm gonna check. Sweater's too hot. I'll be right back.
What's too hot?
His sweater.
My sweater?
No, that's fine. I just didn't hear. No, you go.
Just keep talking from
everybody-
the other room.
I want everybody to be comfortable. I've got to be up in, where am I going? Antioch in 4 hours. Well, you laugh, but we'll be going, okay, so
Yeah, I just want to talk about this one last thing.
best actor, we haven't gotten to that yet. We are doing, please say we're doing Academy Awards because I've got a DVR full of television shows.
Yeah, no, yeah, but we are, but I guess well, I'll say it later.
It'll be a surprise.
Yeah, that's nice. Great.
Are you gonna keep going with that? Is this Magic Mike or what are the full Monty?
No, you do
Ours
not
would be
want
called the
that.
full Monty Python.
You do not. want that.
It'd be
And
judges.
it is a python. It
Yeah.
is a python.
Some things have never changed.
My filthiness.
What did you just say?
My willingness to go to take things straight into the sewer.
A willingness. Sounds a bit like. Although we can say whatever we want now because we're on local internet. We're not in Russia. We can say whatever we want.
Internet access.
The other thing is I've been coming up with what's the difference between Hitler and Putin jokes. And,
Oh, what
and
are they? Give us one.
well, here's one that I remember right now. I'm not very good with jokes, so if I botch it, but what's the difference between Hitler and Putin?
I don't know what's the difference.
Hitler had a way better head of hair. Because it works on so many levels because Putin would be upset by that because he's thinning
Yeah. Yes,
and you know, no nipples. What was the other one? I came up with another zinger and I can't remember it.
Did you see? Do you guys ever watch Randy Rainbow's videos? Which he did a lot more during the Trump thing, but he just did one recently about Marjorie Taylor
Sure.
Greene Bogart.
Great. I saw him at Genesee Theater. He was fantastic.
Oh, you did?
Well,
Oh,
It's got a new album out.
oh.
And a book,
So,
an autobiography.
oh,
Yeah.
how does that just happens automatically? Is that why they call it autobiography?
Yeah, it's automatically.
You wake up, just that's there.
Oh, groovy, baby. Speaking of groovy, licorice pizza.
I haven't seen it yet. There's a couple I haven't seen yet, but I did get a couple more under
Well,
my.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's funny because George was like, he gave up he stayed away from his DVR full of TV shows to watch the movies, and I succumbed to. I went down the Mike Flanagan rabbit hole when I was supposed to be
Why?
watching.
Our old director, Mike Flanagan.
No, Mike Flanagan, the Haunting of Hill House and
What was his
Haunting
name?
of.
Man, did you watch
Fine.
Midnight?
Yeah, I watched all 3 series. I watched and rewatched his movies and stuff that I had already seen. Yeah, Midnight Mass. That's what I was going to say. Midnight Mass is probably overall the best of the 3 series, but Bly Manor. Oh my God, that episode when about Hannah and I think her name Tania. I can't remember her last name, but she it was so good. And the guy who played Owen, oh my God, it was.
They're also good. He doesn't hire bad actors. He's got whoever does casting for him is dead on. They're great.
Yeah, it was really amazing. But anyways, yeah, I kind of succumbed to Mike Flanagan disease.
What's that up for?
That's what I was gonna say. I did, yeah. I'm apologizing because
I was upset that the guy who plays the priest
apologize. I'm
Midnight
going to
Mass
hijack your show.
was didn't get more nominations for stuff because I thought he was unfreaking believable.
yeah, what Hamish Linklater,
Yeah, so good. So good.
yeah,
But
he was
anyway,
crazy good. But anyways,
I've
Who
seen a lot of
didn't get nominated for what? Who? What? I've never. Hamish.
Well, he got nominated for a critics circle award.
George is
But-
telling us to stay on point.
Okay, we'll stay on board.
No, I-
Movies, let's go.
I
Let's
would
go.
never. I would never presume. I would never presume.
What are we going to start with?
Well, I don't know. Oh, that's right. Because you don't start with Best Picture, do you?
No, and if we start from the bottom, though, we give away our best picture choices.
I haven't picked any yet.
You know,
I
What's
haven't
the-
picked.
I'm going to look at them right now and give you my feelings.
I
This
just,
is-
I just finished with the tragedy of Macbeth this morning.
yeah, that's actually a movie that I saw.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm not a fan of Shakespeare on film generally. You know, I think Titus was unbelievable, but mostly I don't know, there's so many limitations, I think.
I liked Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah, that was another one. And even I like Branagh's Hamlet, but I mean, it's funny for me to say there's so many limitations for Shakespeare on film, but it kind of does limit it to me. I'd much rather, and I've seen, well, I don't know if I've seen hundreds, but I've seen well over 100 probably Shakespeare's plays on stage, but I tend to shy away from them, and I was kind of bored. I mean, it was beautiful, but I pushed myself.
No, it was shot really cool, and again, it actually brings up a good thing because so you take two really good actors, Denzel and Frances McDormand, and I watched Denzel and I'm like, well, it got nominated, and I'm like, for what? He's kind of boring in
Kind of
this.
dry. Yeah.
Whereas Frances McDormand is really interesting. So on one hand, you blame the Denzel thing on, well, it's Shakespeare and it doesn't always play well on film. And then you look at Frances and you're like, well, I guess it can because she's really good in it. So I don't know.
I don't know.
It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, you like that? Even when she was washing the blood off her hands, I was kind of like, I'd rather I kept thinking, oh, I'd rather be watching Throne of Blood again. Because that was one of my favorite parts. She was washing the blood off her hands in Throne of Blood. Are you grading papers again?
That's good.
No, I had to respond to something here, but it's gone now.
I'm trying to turn off our chat because I feel it would be detrimental to our entire show if we just started typing to each other.
There
we go. Oh, that didn't do it.
So if we start from the bottom of this list, this one's easy.
Well,
Best live action short film.
Oh, see, I've got best visual effects as the last one. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I didn't see any of those.
Yeah, I haven't either. Pat, have you seen any live action short films?
Oh, no, I have not.
Okay, that was easy.
We got best visual effects.
Best visual effects.
I'm gonna pick.
About this.
What? Go ahead.
I'll go ahead. If somebody else go up, but I feel I have a definite winner here.
Go.
I do
You
too.
go. You be you.
Dune.
Spider-Man.
Oh, I only saw Dune, so
Dune.
I'm picking Dune. Okay.
Dune does so much with visual effects.
You
It
know,
does some really neat stuff. It was so
Yeah.
careful in the visual effects. I have to give it to Dune.
me too. I didn't want to watch Dune. I didn't read the book, and I really want to see David Lynch's version first. But it made me want to see David Lynch's version even more, which I have on my DVR. But it was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
it was
Gorgeous.
slow, it was so slow moving, but I couldn't, I mean, I told Heather, I'm like, we couldn't start this at 8 p.m. Because we would both be going. But it was gorgeous. I watched it in the
feel that way
afternoon.
about it. I was really, of course, I'm a huge Dune fan, so I read the book. I've read all the books.
Never read it.
I was a massive fan.
Pat,
But why do you like Spider-Man better than Dune?
Oh, because well, first of all, I haven't seen Dune, but the Lynch version, that brings up a good point. I love Lynch. He's my favorite, and I haven't seen his version. I've just never been drawn to watching the story. So
Yeah, I just don't like his version very much.
so this doesn't it hasn't drawn me in. I mean, I'll probably see it at some point. But that said, I immediately go to Spider-Man because I'm a little tired of, I mean, I'm guilty of it for sure. The blockbuster, the Marvel movie, being tired of all that, and they're all kind of on the same level. But I loved Spider-Man so much that to me, it's a really, really great movie. And so if it's nominated for something, it should be getting it. And I'm not saying I would have given it Best Picture maybe, but it should have been nominated for Best Picture.
I enjoyed it so much. I thought it was great. I
Yeah.
did.
Josh Brolin. Speaking of Dune, he was in Dune, right?
Oh, he was in Dune.
Yeah. I thought that was him.
Well, he was
Well,
Thanos. That's what that joke.
I did see all of Best Production Design, but I don't know. I think I know Pat's pick for that.
I'm stuck between two on this one.
Okay. Dune. You're stuck between Dune and West Side Story, I'll bet.
Bingo.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about stuff before we come to the show, but I had to instant message with Pat right after I saw West Side Story, because I had just seen it at the Marriott 2 weeks before I saw the movie, and I was still blown away by the movie.
Oh, it was so good.
It's so good.
I ran into a problem because I was watching it on TV and I'm like, oh my God, this is so built for the movie theater. So I stopped watching it because I want to see it in the movie theater. I don't know how I'm gonna
Didn't stop me.
Well, no, I get it because a lot of people have, but you can just see it in the visual of it that it's like, it's supposed to be up there on that big screen.
But any of these could have won. I mean, Macbeth was beautiful. Power of the Dog was gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Nightmare Alley, unbelievable. Did you guys see
I
Nightmare
gotta
Alley?
see that. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's great. And
Yeah.
I also have the original movie. I can't remember who directed that, but on my DVR. So I've got two older ones I got to watch that were up for awards this year.
My
I think you're right. I haven't seen Nightmare Alley, but I'd be okay with any of these winning.
And if you get a chance, listen to Mark Maron's interview with Del Toro. It's fascinating.
Oh, that's cool.
They're like giggly little schoolgirls together. It's funny.
Del Toro's hysterical.
Yeah.
I've seen him. I give a couple talks at Comic Cons, and oh my God, he's just so much fun.
I had no idea.
He's brilliant. Yeah.
Taking a chance here that I'll be getting a lot of hate mail, but I can't get to Nightmare Alley because I'm just not a fan of Bradley Cooper or Kate Blanchett. So I'm like, I don't want to put on a movie where the two of them are in it together.
Don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to get over that one. Makeup and hairstyling. I was pleased to see that The Eyes of Tammy Faye got a nod for makeup.
Yeah, I mean,
Although I thought it was a good movie, actually. It's another one I didn't want to see. But
yeah, it's funny. Because she's getting all these award nominations, and Jessica Chastain and stuff. And when it came out, I was like, why would anybody want to watch a movie about Tammy Faye Baker? I'm just like, let's draw the line. Let's stop and let's not.
Not to joke about it, but it's a real eye opener. I'll tell you that. She's not. If this is even an ounce of accuracy, she was kind of surrounded by a bunch of like total idiots, like assholes. but she kind of had the right idea.
All
And she
right.
was sincere. There was did you see the movie?
No, I was, but I will now. I'll buy into it, but don't make me watch House of Gucci. That's what I'm.
I
Well,
saw
it's
House
funny.
of Gucci.
Did you? Yeah, it's one I didn't want to watch, and then I was like, oh, it's not up for Best Picture. Why? I don't really have to watch it.
But for makeup, right? Just the fact that they were able to turn Jared Leto into Jeffrey Tambor.
Yeah. I mean, the makeup is one of the things I would praise about it. Otherwise, it was simultaneously overstuffed and boring.
Yeah, good. Then I'm never ever gonna see that.
Yeah,
I can't wait
sometimes they did too much and didn't do enough at the same time. They did too much of one thing and not enough of what really would have made it a compelling story.
So out of respect for Pat, I'm gonna give mine to Dune, even though I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't know about it. I can't. I guess I don't know. I can't. I don't know about this category because I haven't seen enough of the films. I never saw Cruella or Coming to America.
That's all Coming to
Oh,
America.
I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of boring.
Not very good, I'm afraid.
So, what's next? We're working backwards.
Best international feature film.
Oh, I managed to see 2. I thought I saw 3. I guess I only saw 2. Oh no, I must have seen 3. What? Oh,
So what's the best one?
who put these together?
Yeah.
Of the 3 I saw?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that's a hard one for me because I thought the 3 I saw were The Hand of God, Flee, and Drive My Car, and I thought they were all great. Flee, especially considering once again what's going on in Ukraine, because it documents a guy's since he was kind of a kid growing up in can't remember Afghanistan, and ends up in Moscow, and then how he gets to I think Denmark, and oh my, like the whole family. It's just we're so lucky that we live here. We're so lucky that we don't have to put up with a lot of that crap. And the funny thing is we think we're putting up with a lot of crap, and we are, but anyway, Hand of God, of course, my favorite part of Italy right now. Even like I have a tattoo. They're like in the Mediterranean, this family. It's Sorrentino. It's the guy, my director that I adore. And it's autobiographical. And there it is. My tattoo is it's a rock formation. And there it is in the shot. So it's like, but I don't know. I think I'd give it to Drive My Car.
I heard that's really great.
This is my only regretful
It is.
category that we're gonna go through, because I've seen, we started watching Drive My Car and we didn't get through it, and then I haven't gone back to it, but it's really good. I mean, what I saw of it, and
It doesn't get worse.
I want to see Hand of God and Worst Person in the World.
I want to see The Worst Person in the
I
World.
just haven't gotten around to them, but so this is my regretful category. But since I've only seen part of one, I have to go with Drive My Car. That's what I've seen. But it was worthy. Drive My Car for sure is worthy of the nomination from what I've seen.
Anybody see a Short Subject Best Documentary?
Oh, we skipped over film editing, didn't we?
Where am I? Oh, did we?
We have film editing. We have best film editing.
Oh, I'm on page, 9.
That's right there. Don't Look Up.
Oh, we're truly going backwards.
Power of
You're
God.
going from bottom to top. I
Yeah.
got it. I've seen them all. Seen them all, baby.
I've seen 1, 2, 3.
I've seen 4. I've seen 3. I haven't seen Don't Look Up and Tick Tick Boom.
I haven't seen Dune or King Richard.
Seen
I
them
have
all.
a feeling Tick Tick Boom has cool editing because I saw some clips that I thought looked really good.
Yeah, I think that again, I haven't seen Dune, but I would assume that the editing in it must be great, because
It is.
to make a movie like that work.
It's
But
flawless.
I've seen Don't Look Up, The Power of the Dog, and Tick Tick Boom, and I would give it to Tick Tick Boom out of those 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it was awfully good. And I like the fact that, did he get a nod for that? Yeah, he was great
Yeah.
as Jim Baker
Oh,
in the
yeah,
Eyes of Tammy
right,
Faye.
yeah, that he's in that. Yeah, I'd see that. He's on fire, Andrew Garfield. Because
I love him.
like I said, I mean, he's a definite significant reason that Spider-Man's so good, and he was great in Tick Tick Boom.
Right. Now he played Spider-Man for a time, right? Wasn't he
Yeah,
Spider-Man?
there were really bad Spider-Man movies.
They're all the same. Tobey Maguire, he was a good one.
Toby was great.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
Tom Holland is my favorite, but I was really glad in that Spider-Man movie that Andrew Garfield got some redemption because I
He did.
thought, while his
Oh,
movies
I haven't
were great,
seen it.
he was great. He was great.
well, it won't matter.
But when
It won't matter.
he's not spoiling it, he's just telling you that because of the
It,
the
it
No, I'm
won't mean
saying
a
that
thing to me.
that Andrew Garfield is great in the movie.
yeah.
No, I get it.
You know, raises, I think, what people thought. It made me want to go back and rewatch his movie, those Spider-Man movies again, though I didn't like them,
Yeah,
to kind of look at him again as Spider-Man because he's so good.
yeah.
Yeah, I like them all. I was reading them in the 70s, the late 60s and the 70s. And so when the Maguire ones came out, it was like spot on.
Mhm.
Well, that's what that, and again, not to try and convince you here, George, but I mean, for me,
Nothing to convince.
I
like 'em all.
Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is up there with like Batman and the Superman movies
Yep.
to me. And this new Spider-Man movie gets to go up in that level to
Sure.
me.
So that Spider-Man 2, that was the one with Aunt May and MJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Silver
With Doc
Surfer.
Ock, the one with Doc Ock, and
Sure.
yeah,
He had many arms.
he did. But I'm just saying, this is classic superhero movie as opposed to all the rest of the Marvel, which are either really good or bad, but none of them are at that level.
Well, I can't watch anything with Thanos in it anymore because
That's right.
So best documentary short subject, that's easy, right?
I didn't see any.
I didn't see any.
Pat?
I haven't seen either, sorry.
Oh, and am I too loud? Is it
No.
really?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Am I? What's the difference between George and Hitler? Hitler didn't have a local access show, although he wishes he had.
His local access show had a bigger audience.
He's in hell going, if only I'd done a local access.
Things would be different.
I'm such
Best
a racist.
documentary feature.
Am I being racist with that Hitler imitation?
Well, you're making fun of Hitler, so.
I know, I don't want to get canceled. I'm so unwoke. So best documentary feature, anybody?
Well, is Flea the same movie? Is
Yeah,
that the same movie?
Yeah.
Is it some-
I heard Summer of Soul's really good.
yes, and that's one. So there are movies I didn't get to that I still would like to see before. So the Oscars airs on the 27th of March.
Yep.
We'll be out, unless, something tragic happens, our show will be out. Our meeting's ending in 10 minutes. So that's one that I would like to see before the show itself, because there's still stuff I want to see, just, I don't know why. I don't even know. It's not even a relevant or important show anymore. I don't feel, but for some reason I'm an addict. My name is George and I'm an addict.
Well, that's the
George.
whole debate, right? With when they're cutting out these categories, which are ridiculous. It's like who's the audience for the Oscars? Do they think by cutting these things out and making it shorter, they're going to get more people to watch?
Right.
No.
I mean, it is a show.
The people that watch are the ones that know that editing is important, or the soundtrack, the
Cut out
soundtrack
editing.
is
I mean, my God.
important.
I know. Well, we don't really need edit. They're not really important. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, it
was so funny because I was talking to my wife about it, and she was not sure why that was important. Well, who edits and what's important about that? And then we saw, and this, I'm not even going to name the film, but a little short film it looked like maybe a student filmmaker, because there was something in it we wanted to see. But the sound mix was so bad in it. And I was like, that's why sound is important, because it has to be seamless in there. And again, not knocking the young filmmaker, it's just kind of a fact of filmmaking.
So anybody besides me see anything besides Flea?
Nope, nothing.
I don't know why I'm looking at these papers because I can just bring it up on my computer what I sent you guys. Okay, well, let's move along to something I pay little attention to. Best original song, right? No, yes. Best original song.
Okay.
Take it away.
I have an extra kind about this category.
Okay, good.
It's judged simply by the best song, and it's not ever judged about how well the song is used in the film.
Well, over the critics, of course.
Yeah. So for that reason, I'm going to go for the song from Encanto, because at least it's used in the film. That's not the song I would pick from Encanto, but I'll go for Encanto because at least it's used in the movie.
Okay. Did you see Belfast?
No.
Okay. Lots of band.
I'm assuming that's at the over the credits.
I don't assume that. Van Morrison's all over that movie. So
Oh, maybe so.
yeah.
So
So
I don't know these days though. So
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah,
He's
Van
kinda-
Morrison.
he's
I think you have to give it to Van Morrison. It's
he's
nominated.
kind of got an office rocker.
Oh yeah,
What?
he's the guy that goes on stage and sets a timer for 45 minutes and then performs. And if it dings in the middle of a song, see ya.
He's also become a big anti-vax kind of guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, so we'll just throw him in the same box as Clapton and send him out to sea.
So who?
Yeah,
Clapton.
Oh, I know.
Clapton.
You
I
know,
never
can I
liked
go on the record to say before this, I even saw him once and I don't get it. He's not all that.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, no, I've never been a big fan of Clapton.
Well,
I was
that's-
a fan of Van Morrison, but
Oh, I like some Van Morrison songs. I like me some Van Morrison.
Oh yeah, I loves me some what was in the Moondance and American Werewolf. Yeah.
Oh God.
yeah. Well,
I
I
love Moondance so much.
was like, we were at a, just a gathering. I don't want to say party, but kind of a gathering one time. And
You know, you're not
Van
going to give much away about what you're about to say this whole show, I'm starting to believe. I'm not going to tell you the name of the short thing, but
the
third time,
Van Morrison was on the, whatever was playing music. And one of the people at the party that we sort of kind of knew walked up to it and turned off the Van Morrison and put on the Dave Matthews Band. And it was just like,
Yeah.
well,
yeah, like everything.
that's
you need
LA
to know
for
about
you.
him. Yeah, thanks. All right.
I take Van
No,
Morrison.
I'm not giving any awards ever to No Time to Die. So, and that's the only one of these I've seen. So,
I haven't seen that one yet.
so,
You didn't like that movie?
nah.
I liked it. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. I thought it had some great moments.
It did. But overall, it was just kind of like say goodbye to Daniel Craig. It wasn't about 007,
I would put it as my third favorite Daniel Craig Bond.
Well, yeah, but I mean, which I always get confused. I think what's the one that Judi Dench, spoiler alert, dies in? Is that
That's,
Spectre? Or no, that's I forget which
like
one.
I can hear the theme song. Adele sings the theme song.
Yeah,
Skyfall.
Skyfall. Yeah, Skyfall is really good. It's really
Oh,
good.
that's one of the ones I don't like very much.
Oh, that to me, that's like, yeah, easily like his best one.
I thought it was great up until like the last part, and then I thought it didn't work. But I defend Quantum of Solace.
And
Did
I don't know.
Adele, was that the one where no, never mind. I get in so much trouble for saying this. If anybody watched our show, Didn't she sing Diets Are Forever for that?
Yeah.
Isn't she always on a diet? I saw her on Graham Norton a little while ago. She has not lost her accent. It's beautiful.
Oh, I love her. I love
Oh
that.
yeah, me
I
too.
love her. In interviews, she's so refreshingly real and
And
like just guarded.
if you watch Graham Norton, okay, so first of all, they all drink, unless they don't drink. And it's everybody is out there at the same time pretty much. Love that show. Friday nights on BBC America if you're here in the States. Highly edited from the week before. We're gonna, I'm just kind of trying to run out. We're gonna lose this pretty soon. We're gonna have to start over in a, oh, we've got 2.5 minutes.
Do we
Go.
do best original score? Okay, best original score.
Sure. Go.
I feel I like Encanto, but I think I'm going to go for either Dune or Parallel Mothers.
Did you
I
see
love
Parallel
the-
Mothers?
I did, and it was great.
Where did you see it?
Highland Park, Renaissance.
Yeah, see, I couldn't find it. I want to
The
see it.
score was great. The score was great. I loved it. So I think I might even go Parallel Mothers first on that one. I'm a big, I love Almodovar, so.
I do too. Where's score? Oh, there it is. So we did
I've only
saw it.
seen Don't Look Up and Power of the Dog on this list, but I just, again, not to keep going on about Spider-Man, but
I know it never gets old.
I was surprised that when I came out of Spider-Man, I was like, wow, the soundtrack, the score was really good. It's been a long time since I've, enjoyed the score for one of these blockbuster movies. And so I'm surprised that it didn't get nominated. It's kind of annoying. It should have, but I mean, between Don't Look Up and The Power of the Dog, probably The Power of the Dog.
What I love about Spider-Man is he does whatever a spider can. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
If a spider can do it, he can do it. He can even bite you. If he wanted to, he could bite you. I'm just impressed because
Do you want to stop it and come back now?
we got less than a minute. But I think we skipped best sound.
Welcome back to our post-Oscars wrap-up.
Well, George starts a meeting 3 times because he can't figure out how to start a new meeting and invite people at the same time. I have to say, I was telling Heather that the user interface on Zoom is like, huh?
Yeah,
Sometimes I'm like, how did that happen?
I think it's all by rote for me.
It's funny because that's not even my dog.
I know that's mine. I don't know what he's going on about.
When I went to run to the laundry,
There goes the other one.
man, my dog went nuts. He's like, it's his birthday. He's 1 year old. Still not seeing Pat. He's like, oh yeah, I already saw that invitation.
Pat.
So what's the difference between Hitler and Pat? Oh, no, I wish I could remember. There was another singer that.
Hitler was better at getting on Zoom.
Oh no,
Oh.
Well, that would be me. I was telling Lou I started like 2 meetings before I finally was able to invite you guys. So then I got to go and I have to go in and delete those folders because I don't trust Zoom to not delete the one that we just did, like the first 45 minutes. So that's the Mediadawgs right there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me go see what's going on.
Doesn't matter to me. Heather's going to be coming home pretty soon too, so there'll be dogs a barking. Dogs a barking. Yeah, I was a little.
Belfast.
What's that?
How was Belfast as a movie?
I liked it. It was, it wasn't. I wouldn't give it Best Picture.
No. I heard it was kind of not as good as people were saying. That's why I didn't go see it. But
Oh, I would never tell anybody not to see it. I don't know.
well, people were just telling me, it's okay. It's not that great. So I just kind of skipped it, you know?
I liked it. I'm trying to, I mean, I don't want to skip to the end, but was there anyone I didn't actually like? No, I was glad that I saw all of them. Each
That's
and every
good.
one.
I didn't see No Look Up, Don't Look Up either.
I was even glad I saw that. That was probably the first one I saw of all these.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. So where are we at? Best sound?
Best sound.
I don't know. You guys are keeping score. Sound, which we skipped, right?
Yeah,
Right.
we accidentally skipped that. Yeah.
Oh, I should have done
I
this.
gotta go Dune. I think I gotta go Dune on that.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I wasn't all that invested in the story of Dune, but there were times when sound was used and it gave me like this ominous feeling.
Yeah.
Some of those, I want to say like almost trumpet calls, you know, when they were invading and stuff.
Yeah, and the noise, just the noise the ships make, just were
Yeah.
so perfect.
Yeah.
You know, the sound effects, it was incredible.
I'm gonna defer to you guys on that because the three that I saw in this category, I wouldn't fight for them. So that's
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Don't Look Up. I didn't even notice the sound or the score on that, to tell you the truth. Power of the Dog, pretty good.
Yeah. Power of the Dog's a great movie. I mean, I got no problem with that. But where are we at now? Best costume design?
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. You tell me.
My problem with best costume design and best makeup, and this is a joke that people say a lot about these categories, is that it's usually the most costumes.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the best.
Yeah.
No, but don't you remember when like Chariots of Fire won best costume, for those white t-shirts and shorts?
Yeah, that's right. Never
But
thought about that. That's funny.
on the other end of that, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, totally deserved best costume.
Oh yeah,
I will totally, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Priscilla was, costume movie was great.
We saw Cyrano last night.
We saw Cyrano too. That's what I was gonna say. This is my wild card. I'd give this one to Cyrano just because I liked the movie so much. I enjoyed the movie so
I
much.
did not like the movie very much. I liked Peter Dinklage,
Yeah.
and I thought, and I love the National, and I thought their songs were pretty good, although I'm not sure how well they work for a musical. But I thought the direction was so almost amateurish. But I'm with you, Lou. The costumes are great.
Yeah. Costumes are
Great.
but I enjoyed it, maybe on the strength of Dinklage and a couple other people in it. Certainly the songs were so simplistically written. It was not great, but I enjoyed it. I maybe because it was a surprise. We were kind of like doing a desperate punt, wanted to go to the movie theater and see something. And here's our choices, and we're like, let's just go see Cyrano, and we enjoyed it.
I might go Dune here. I might go Dune here again because I like the costumes. But
yeah, I did too. Who directed Cyrano? I haven't seen it yet.
It was Tom. What's his name? I'm gonna have to look it up.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Oh, that's all right. Another great, really awesome interview by Marin was Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't heard. I heard I think the last one I listened to was the controversial Sam Elliott interview where he ripped Power of the Dog.
So much controversy.
Well, there was.
Well, Jane Campion got her knuckles tapped for who was she talking to? I can't remember.
Well, she was accepting the award, but it was she took the spotlight off of Sam Elliott because Sam Elliott complained about all the cowboys being gay. being not. Sam Elliott was, in his defense, he was responding to a critic who said the movie exposes the reality as opposed to the myth of all the old cowboy movies. And Elliott was like, no, and he
The
got
fact-
mad because he didn't like the movie. And then it came out like he was homophobic, but
Right.
he
But
wasn't being. I heard the interview. He was not. He was just reacting to, I don't like this movie. And then this film critic said this, and he's wrong.
The fact that you,
Oh, go ahead, George.
are you sure? The fact that you even are like, you have to defend him exhausts me. It's like, there's so much more in this world. I don't know. I guess I'm just the, watch what they do, not necessarily what they say. I mean,
Right.
I make mistakes all the time. I'm going to get canceled for the diet joke. I'm sure of it.
No, yeah, you're exactly right. And that's kind of how I felt too. You're right. Like, why are we having to defend it? But also it just always bothers me when it's taken out of context and
Sure.
and if you want to rip him for what he said in response to the critic, because he's saying it in response to what a critic said, not in response to what somebody, to the movie directly, and it was left out. But then a week later, Jane Campion stuck her foot in her mouth and took the spotlight off of him anyways.
I was just gonna say that, that I agree with George that, he said something stupid. It's not the end of the world,
Yeah.
but I agree with Lou too, that it was taken out of context. The one thing I will say though, is that he's not right, that historical studies show that there were a lot of gay cowboys, or at least not gay cowboys who were gay when they wanted to be, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, Brokeback Mountain is based on, that kind of the historical work that people have done. So
Yeah, Marin should have followed up the question with, well, what did you think of Brokeback Mountain?
yeah, and I really wonder, like Sam Elliott, has this whole thing about like, oh, I'm a cowboy, but
He is. Yeah, because that was the other thing that annoyed me, because people were like, he's from California. And it's like,
well, there are ranches in California.
yeah, and that's where he grew up, on a ranch.
Okay, that's good. That's
You
good.
know? So that was a moot argument that he's not really a cowboy.
I'm going to say at least 10% of those cowboys were gay.
Or they were out there and it was lonely.
Yeah.
You know?
Gay as they want to be, gay.
Or canceled.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I think
it.
yeah.
No more Mediadawgs. We're canceled.
Yep. All right, it's over.
Good night, everybody. Well, if you've been watching this show for 30 years, and I know that you have, we've been talking about gay issues since we were calling them homosexual issues.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Before,
And I really love Power of the Dog. I think it's a great film.
Oh, I do too. I think Power of the Dog is fantastic.
And what were we talking about? Costume design?
Oh, now we're on best
Animated short.
Oh, a short film. I haven't seen any of those. So.
Me neither. That's easy. Now animated feature.
I only saw Flea.
I've only seen 2 of them, and I've heard the Mitchells versus the Machines is really good.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that somewhere along the line I stopped, because I used to see all the animated films, and I don't know why I stopped. Not because I wasn't seeing them because of the kids. Of course, then I watched maybe more because of the kids, and now that the kids are older, I don't know if that was it. I just stopped watching them. So I haven't seen any of these, but yeah, I heard Mitchell's was good. Maybe
Raid and the Last Dragon's iffy.
Is it? No, that's too
Yeah,
bad.
it's okay, but I know some people have. It's kind of a Disney approach to Asian culture that people have had some problems with. Although I thought they were trying to like present different Asian cultures, but my problem with it was really forgettable. Like I walked out there and said, "Did we see a movie today?" I couldn't remember it. So I didn't care for that. I just, I don't know why that's nominated, to be honest. I don't think I think it's okay. But I don't see the greatness of it.
Maybe
Did you
there's,
guys did you watch it in Canto?
no,
No.
It's pretty good. Okay, best cinematography?
that's a tough one.
It is.
That's
How's
a tough
Nightmare
one.
Alley for cinematography, George?
What's that now? What?
How's Nightmare Alley for cinematography?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You
Yeah.
know, Del Toro, I was on some medication when I saw, what's the one with the eyes and the hands?
Oh, Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth. And I remember loving it then, but I don't remember a thing about it except for the eyes and the hands. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. I love his stuff. It's so beautiful. So it's just as beautiful as any of the other stuff. It's gorgeous. It's, actually, Lou, you'd like it because I mean, I don't think I'm giving anything away. Bradley Cooper ends up in a not very good place at the end. So
Yeah,
you
he's
might,
the
you
villain,
might,
right?
yeah, he's kind of he's the
Anti-hero kind
the
of
protagonist, if you will.
protagonist.
So I don't know. I don't even know if I could pick any of these. They're all so good.
They're also good. I think I'd have Power of the Dog and West Side Story as 1A, 1B.
Yeah,
Just that one shot alone in West Side Story is like,
that one.
here's the Oscar.
The dance?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I might go West Side Story here. I might. I love Power of the Dog on this too, but I might go West Side Story.
Yeah.
And the look of the whole film is so perfect.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, he really didn't change it that much. But it meant so much, just the small changes in that film.
oh, yeah, totally.
Screenplay?
Best original screenplay. This one's easy for me.
I haven't seen a lot of these. Why, Lou? Why? Which one?
Well, this is where when we start doing the awards from bottom up, it's going to give everything away, but this is easy. Licorice Pizza, no question for me.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I'm not a
What did you like about it so much?
I'm not a P.T. Anderson apologist either. I mean, certainly, he's got some movies that I love, but I don't automatically love all his movies,
No, me either.
I just I loved Licorice Pizza. I don't know, I mean, he's a writer, so it's got to be in the script as well, but just the movie.
He's a great script writer. He's a
The
great
movie for me is just it's just kind of I really enjoyed that it was let's say if you look at and I know West Side Story is not in here, but say you look at a movie like West Side Story where there's basically a tight narrative, right? And you tell that story and you film it, you direct it, you film it, you got your actors in it, and it all comes together and it's great, whatever. But a movie like Licorice Pizza is more like a Shaggy Dog story to me, where it's just kind of ideas and time and tone, and it just rambles from top to the bottom, and you just are thoroughly engrossed and enjoy the whole journey of it, even if there isn't specific payoff at the end or whatever. I mean, there is, but you know what I mean? It's just that's how I felt about Licorice Pizza. I just loved being in the world of it.
That's very persuasive. That's very persuasive. I can see that.
Because it's not like clean, right? There's not clean lines. And there are complaints about Licorice Pizza and a 25-year-old woman being involved with a 15-year-old boy, or 8, he's not 15, he's whatever, 16, 17, but you know what I mean? It's again, talk about getting canceled,
Involved with? So
Did you see it, George?
was she involved with him?
I'm
I don't remember that part. Was there? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
What?
Absolutely.
Oh, because she showed, oh. Was
No,
that,
no.
is that what you're talking about?
They had more than that. What movie did
Oh,
you
did
watch,
they?
George?
I don't know. Well, so,
But again, part of the, I mean, you can go to the simple reasoning that he pursued her. She wasn't pursuing him.
it all just exhausts me. Okay. So original screenplay? I thought King Richard was awfully good too. You know, I have to say, I didn't know, I knew that there were two sisters and they were like really good at tennis and, you know, got a lot of people's attention, but I didn't know anything about them. I'm watching Will Smith and I'm not seeing Will Smith, which is pretty incredible in my book because he's got a pretty bold personality that is hard to miss most of the time. No, so I don't know. I'm having a hard time between that and Licorice Pizza, but yeah, the others, it's like, huh? I think Belfast, that little boy was, you know, it's about a person that's my age. You know, the little boy in Belfast is my age, which is kind of, you know, so there were a lot of things that were like, wow. There were things that kind of, and you're talking about evoking the feeling of a time. They both did that. I mean, even though I wasn't in a war zone, but especially Licorice Pizza. I was a little younger than I can't think of the kid's name, but you know, what's his face's boy, his son. But I remember that time really well. I mean, I was, what was that supposed to be, 71, 72? I mean, I was 10 or 11. Oh, there go all my passwords. I'm gonna get hacked now. But yeah, I don't know. I can't choose, so I'm not gonna, as usual. What about adapted screenplay? Unless anybody has anything else to say about that.
Nope.
I'm not sure which one to pick here because I haven't seen Drive My Car or Coda or Lost Daughter, and I heard all three of those were great, especially Lost Daughter.
They were. You know, all three of them were. All three of them.
I'm not sure which to pick there. I can't pick there.
Me neither. I'm not gonna. All three of them. I was shocked at how emotionally like involved I was with Coda. It amazed me. I just saw it yesterday and I was crying like a baby. It's beautiful. I think it's a beautiful film.
I had issues. Coda is a good movie to me, but again, I've ripped on, spent a lot of time in the past here ripping on Get Out, the you know, the
like 3 years ago.
Yeah, Jordan Peele movie. Because nobody talked about up front, nobody talked about the fact that it was a racist version of the misogynistic Stepford Wives. It was just an update of Stepford Wives, and I thought Stepford Wives was better. And the thing with Coda is, and I get it, I understand why people like it and everything, but one of my favorite movies ever is Running on Empty, and it just lifted the outline from Running on Empty and placed it on Coda, and nobody's talking about it, and it drives me crazy because Running on Empty is, you know, like I said, truly one of my favorite movies ever.
Thanks for
you know what I'm talking about, right? It's the same structure, right? It's parents that are in some way on the outs, right? In this case, you know, because they're deaf, and so their existence is hindered. Whereas in Running on Empty, the parents, you know, were radicals that were on the underground and on the run, and they have kids coming of age and having to move into their own lives. And, you know, River Phoenix was a senior in high school who was an incredibly talented musician, and he wanted to get away from having to be on the run with his parents and live his own life. And the same thing happens in Coda with the girl. The only difference is she's a singer rather than a piano player. And nobody's said a word about that.
Don't you think there are a lot of films about that issue, though?
Yes, I think you're stretching it a little, Lou. Yeah, they're
no, not at all. It's totally like because it's extreme.
You probably didn't like The Big Chill either.
There are families where
we get it. We understand what you're
conflict saying and so forth, but these stories are structured in a way that it's extreme, right? With what's going on with the family and the family wanting to, because of their situation, keep the unit together and not let the kid go
Yeah.
off. And it has
Yeah.
the same trajectory of, but this kid is really talented in a creative way and needs to be allowed to leave the family behind, right?
Yes, yes, you didn't have to tell us again, but that's drama. I mean, I agree with Pat. That's a basic. I mean, did you hate The Big Chill because it's because it was lifted off the Return of the Secaucus 7?
No, but wasn't it brought up?
It was, and I thought it was ridiculous.
That's my complaint, that
Okay,
nobody's
well,
talking about it. Everybody looks at it like it's an original piece, and it's not a totally original piece.
well, it's not an original theme, but it's an original piece.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, but again, nobody's saying anything about it.
Well, do they have to say stuff about it?
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't think that,
I didn't like that
Go
West
back
Side
to-
Story because it had music in it, and damn it, there have been musicals before.
no, you're missing my point.
Nobody says anything about that.
You know,
No, I
You're
get
missing my
it. I
point
get what you're
completely.
saying, but
So
I
you
don't
think,
think
so you think that, let's go back then too. So you think that, Get Out owes nothing to the Stepford Wives and to Ira?
no, I would argue with that. I think it's clearly clearly kind of in that line, but I don't think it's just a ripoff.
Okay,
I think there's a lot different about it, you know. In the same way, I would say that when Running on Empty versus Coda, it's two very different situations with parents who are on the run from the law and parents who are deaf. You do have that idea that you want to make, like you said, maintain a strong family unit. But yeah, that goes back to Jazz Singer. Don't watch the Jazz Singer, but you know what I mean? Now we get canceled.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
all right. So I'll move on. I disagree. We'll agree to disagree.
Agree, disagree. Are we at Best Supporting Actress?
I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
We are. Best Supporting Actress, easy peasy for me.
Okay, take it.
West Side Story. Adriana, I'm not sure how to say her last name. Du Bois?
Sure.
And she just kaboom. I mean, she's incredible. I just have no problem saying she should win that.
This one's easy for me too, just because when I was watching the movie, I was like, I could not believe that she was holding her own, playing the younger version of Olivia Colman. I'd give it to Jessie Buckley for
Hey, I'm okay with that because I love Jessie Buckley. If she wins it, I will not be sad.
Yep. So that was
She's
that.
so
That
good.
was right while I was watching it. I was like, this is amazing what she's doing.
Don't you think that she's got to be one of the best people, one of the best actors working right now?
Based on that, for sure. Tell me what else. I remember looking up what else she was in, but
I'm thinking about Ending Things. I've seen her like in I can't think right now. I've seen her like in 2 or 3 more. Always great.
she was.
I want to say this too, though. I don't think she should win, but Kristen Dunst really blew me away.
Yeah, she was great too. Again, that's where my debate would be. I mean, I get it, but Kirsten Dunst was really, really good, but Buckley just blew me away.
Yeah, she's so good.
George?
I'd give it to any of them. I thought they were all great.
Yeah, that's a good category, man. That's
Yeah.
a good category.
And also, King Richard, those kids were great.
They were great. I just want to throw in, I was surprised how much I like King Richard.
Me too. I was too. I usually don't go for that. The kind of movies kind of, it's like, well, it was okay. Yeah, it was all right. But I was like,
This is
wow.
where I'll listen to you guys and I'll watch King Richard, but I've always had a problem with Will Smith, and the preview didn't change that for me. It just felt like it was Will Smith. But if you say he's transcends, then
Sure. Well, don't do it because we're telling you to. So here's all my life. I've paid attention to critics, and like there's a guy in the Herald. I can't think of his name, but I can pretty much know that if he liked it, I'm not gonna like it. What's that guy's name? My in-laws used to call him the idiot. And we hadn't talked about it, and it was like, yeah, that guy's an idiot. I remember being at a presentation once where he was giving a talk, and he sat behind us. We were all facing forward because we were supposed to watch something on the screen. He gave a lecture behind the audience. So I mean, I'm not going to take that responsibility, Lou. I'm going to tell you that I thought it was really good, but we don't agree on a lot of stuff. So maybe you shouldn't. I don't know, but maybe you should have for the show.
For the show. Well, I know the next category, Best Supporting Actor. I've seen 4 of these performances.
So who do you give it to then, Lou?
Supporting Actor.
Yeah, I haven't seen a couple of these.
It's tough, and again, for all my bitching about Coda, I know Troy Kotzer was really good, but I'd give it to, I mean, Jesse Plemons and J.K. Simmons were great. I'm always drawn to really quiet, subdued performances like Jesse Plemons gives, right? So
yes, he was that it was such a good, understated, powerful thing. And when stuff breaks through, it just literally broke my heart in watching this movie, when something would break through and he would actually articulate something.
Because Cody Smith McPhee was revelatory, and it's hard not to give it to him, but ultimately, and again, I can't say enough about J.K. Simmons, but I'd probably give it to Jesse Plemons, I guess.
I'd go with Plemons or Smith McPhee, because what a difficult part.
Yeah, no, it was, and he was great, Smith McPhee. But
I haven't seen Coda, I haven't seen Belfast, and I love. How do you say Hines' first name?
I don't know. It's funny.
He's one of my favorites.
Sharon. It's Sharon.
Who'd you give it to, George?
Well, I gotta say, so Pat, did you see Being with the Ricardos?
Yes, I did.
A movie I didn't want to see. I just didn't want to see it, and ended up like, wow, not bad. And then
not bad.
And then at the end, it's like, oh, directed by Aaron Sorkin. I'm like, well, that's probably why.
Well, see, there you go, George. What did you just say? We don't agree a lot.
Let me finish my sentence, please. Which now it's gone. But I was like, who's that playing William Demarest? And it was J.K. Simmons. He was so
great.
good. And you know what? As an ensemble, and I was thinking the same thing. There have been a lot of really good ensembles this year. And I know that, what is it? Just like the Globe does an ensemble, and who else does an ensemble?
Critics' Choice does.
But we need an ensemble award for the Academy, I think, because there were so many good ones this year, including, I think, Coda. But I think I would give it to Simmons or Plemons.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, is that everybody's hating on Being the Ricardos, and I loved it.
Who's hating?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was great. I thought it was.
Oh, everybody out here hates it. Like everybody you read in the business, they hate it. Wow. And I loved it. I think probably because it's one of those things where people are so worried about historical accuracy, and they were complaining about Nicole Kidman, who I thought was great as Lucy, things like that. But yeah, I hear a lot of negative, and I thought it was great.
So yeah, I didn't want to be in the middle of lead actress, and all of a sudden, time's up, buddy boy. Oh, buddy boy.
Sorry.
So I'm watching West Side Story at the Marriott, and I'm like, buddy boy. That's where my stepfather-in-law got that term buddy boy from.
Buddy boy.
Buddy boy, because I call my dog buddy boy, and he was always called he and his brothers used to call each other buddy boy all the time, and I had no idea. I saw that movie as a kid, I didn't pick up on that, obviously, because when I met you guys, I wasn't going, hey buddy boy, let's do a show.
Hey buddy boy.
Hey buddy boy.
Hello buddy boy.
But I listened to a lot of Alice Cooper as a kid, as you might imagine. And I was surprised at how much influence he lifted from that movie or that play, West Side Story.
Really?
the band, especially if you listen to like Schools Out, or even Easy Action is an old jazz term that they were saying in that play, a term that they used, easy action. Got a rocket in my pocket, man. Rocket in my
Got a rocket
pocket.
in my pocket.
Look at my pocket.
So there I am watching West Side Story with my mom at the Marriott's. Lots of walkers on the way out. I thought there was like a mountain of walkers. I thought that was going to fall on top of me. It's an interesting world, Wednesday matinee. But they were all good.
I was trying to figure out, I had just seen they were doing a movie that I was like, who's the audience for that? Because they're doing a new movie version of Fiddler on the Roof. And I'm like, the Fiddler movie is fantastic, but why are they doing a new movie version of it?
Spielberg doing it? I'd watch it.
Well, yeah, if it was Spielberg, it's not. Yeah. And I love Fiddler. I mean, Fiddler is like one of my favorite musicals. I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid, I had a weird reaction to that movie that I now understand. For whatever reason, as a kid, I became obsessed with that soundtrack. I listened to it all the time.
Me too.
And then then I had a chance. The movie was going to be on TV, and I was so excited. And the minute it was shot like in real locations and not like a set like the old MGM movies,
Yeah.
I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I didn't watch it. I was like, "Where's the fake background that I've come to associate with musicals?" And I didn't watch it.
It's funny because I don't remember. I remember little things about going to see movies. Like I remember somebody saying, "Oh, you want to go see What's Up, Doc?" And I was like, "Yes." And my mom, "You've seen it like 5 times already." I remember those things. But one of those things in very small memory is watching Fiddler in the movie theater and being stunned that there was an intermission.
Yeah.
In the movie theater, there was an intermission. It was weird, but I just have always remembered that. But I loved it. I've always loved the movie, and because Topol, who plays it in the movie, is more real and great, and fantastic, and I can listen to that and then listen to Zero Mostel bluster it through it, and make it just a Zero Mostel thing, and love it as much equally. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I just sidetrack, but I just am like, who's the audience? Who's gonna, we don't know who's seeing West Side in the theater, and certainly
Nobody.
Apparently nobody. Yeah.
Nobody is.
Still of my
me and Tressa, we saw it 3 times.
Still of my 8-track of the soundtrack. That's all I wanted to say. Of
So
Fiddler
ready
on
for
the
best
of Fiddler
new
on the Roof.
actress?
Sure, let's do it. I don't want to step on anybody's lines here. I don't know who I'd pick, actually. Once again,
I've only seen 2 of these. I've only seen 2 of them, so I can't really make a pick.
I've seen them all.
So who would you pick?
Oh no, I haven't seen them all. You know what? I didn't see. I still in Highland Park, Parallel Mothers. I wouldn't even have thought to look there. I'd probably pick Olivia Colman or Jessica Chastain.
Did you? I've only seen 2 of these, so it's hard, but they're both great performances, and it's Olivia and Nicole Kidman. I'd actually give it to Nicole Kidman. I don't. Again, it seems like she gets knocked a lot, and I think she's a really good actress. I know there's the weird, Botoxy face or whatever's going on there, and I don't normally get drawn into that because it usually distracts, but I don't know. I think she's a really underrated actress.
Not by me. And it just occurred to me that the person I don't think belongs at all on that list is Kristen Stewart for Spencer. I thought she was horrible.
I haven't seen it. Oh.
It's a grim film, so it's not even fun to watch really, but she just, I don't know. I was watching somebody who was like, this is my chance to get an Oscar nod. I was really not, I was not, I was seeing her acting. And I'm not an actor. You know, I'm
I
easily
will say that
fooled.
Penelope Cruz is, yeah, I will say Penelope Cruz is fantastic in Parallel Mothers, but I haven't seen enough of these to really make a
The
decision.
problem with Olivia Colman is like, oh, you just give her the awards because she's so good. She's so
When is she not good?
right. It's like impossible
Yeah.
for her to have a false moment. But
All right,
but
do
I
you, ever
would.
see,
Oh, go ahead.
do you ever see Peep Show?
No.
Oh, you got to watch Peep Show. David Mitchell and I can't think of the other guy's name, but Olivia Colman is.
Oh, I've seen that. Olivia Colman's in that, isn't she?
Oh yeah, very much so. Yeah, and who's the other
She
one?
was funny.
Izzy Sutton, who plays Dubby. The,
Oh,
the
I'll
women, the
look for
women
that
in
for
that,
sure.
the women in that show are fantastic.
Peep Show. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was great, and she was. I always get these confused, but Broadchurch, right, was the one that she was in, and then she's in that new one that I can't remember the name, but with oh shoot, I gotta look that up because
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There's a new one.
Those Brits in their shows that have names.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. What's she on Broadchurch? That was I thought that was Jodie Whittaker. See, now I'm getting them mixed
Oh,
up.
it could be. No, I might have the wrong one. Oh, so Landscapers was the newer one, which was really good.
Right.
With David Thewlis. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, she was in Broadchurch. Because
Oh, was she?
Mila. What's his face was great.
Did she play the
David Tennant.
quirky neighbor?
Yeah, in Broadchurch, she was the other detective. She and
Oh.
Tennant were partners.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I saw.
Well, that was actually I think like the first thing I saw her in or remembered her from. So that's my impression. I get what you're saying, but yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, see, I started come up in comedy, like lots of comedy. Well, you know, she was in that group with like Simon Pegg. You know, they were contemporaries
Oh,
at school, and
Yeah.
I was just happened on a trailer for Shaun of the Dead the other day, and I was watching that, and I'm like, oh, I have to watch that again. I love that. That movie's really
Oh,
funny,
yeah.
right?
It's such a good movie. Hot Fuzz is so good.
yeah, last night in Soho didn't get anything. Speaking of Edgar Wright,
Oh yeah, yeah. I love.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite.
Okay, I gotta see it. I haven't seen it yet because I heard it was bad.
Yeah, no, that's
And
another
I wasn't
one.
crazy about Baby Driver.
Oh, I like
Baby
Baby
Driver.
Driver. Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd go back and watch it now because Mr. Creepy, but I don't. I mean,
And so Elgort or it's Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, 'cause Kevin
Yeah,
Spacey.
exactly.
I've got some great quotes from those old shows that I'm capturing now. And one of my favorites is Pat. And I'll cut this out, but you're just gushing about, and I was too, about Kevin Spacey and how he's the best actor. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
This is fascinating.
I mean, it makes me so sad. I
He
mean,
told us all.
because,
He was Kaiser Sose.
and LA Confidential and
Yeah.
so good.
So lead actor.
Okay.
we
I
there?
liked Denzel a lot more than you guys did in Trash Macbeth. I
Yeah.
haven't seen Tick Tick Boom, but I would go with Cumberbatch.
I've seen everybody in this category except Will Smith. Yes, I would not give it to Denzel. Again, Javier was great.
Yep.
Definitely between Benedict and Andrew Garfield for me, because again, it's like Andrew was a revelation, but that character arc and how subtle I like Benedict Cumberbatch, and he's always really solid. He's never like completely blown me away, and this one he blew me away, and so I'd probably give it to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to him for Sherlock. Or I'd give it to him for the interview that he did with Marin once again, which was a hoot and really enthusiastically. It was funny as hell.
Yeah, I guess my description sort of made it sound like for a career, but he was so good in this, and so was Andrew Garfield, was so good in Tick Tick Boom. But
Yeah, I didn't catch that. I would pick him too, but I would also pick Will Smith because I wasn't watching Will anymore. I was watching that guy. I was watching, what's his name? Richard
Williams.
Williams. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just happened to see one of the sisters, want to say it was Venus, on Corden's show with Zach Braff. And Zach Braff was, once again, I know I'm going to get nailed for this. He was like a giggly schoolgirl around, I think it was Venus. It was entertaining to watch those two on the couch talking with Corden. That's all.
Some people have said that by a lot of metrics, Serena Williams is the most dominant athlete in any American sport ever.
Well, they certainly had the training for it. If the movie's accurate at all.
I thought Will Smith did a great job of picking a character that was a lot of people do not like. And without sugarcoating him, making you pull for him, making you want him to win. And it was a great performance. I agree.
Yeah, there's a moment in that film, once again, I don't know how accurate it is, where you're like, oh, he shouldn't really do that. And something just happens fast. And you're like, oh, well, that solves that problem. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
It was like, wow, I wonder if that happened. Like really, because that was pretty amazing. Okay, everybody had their say about lead actor.
Yep.
And Javier Bardem was pretty good too.
He was.
You know, that would be a tough nut to crack, I think. You know, without going into satire almost, right?
Right. Parody.
Yeah, parody. Thanks. Yeah, that's it.
I'm also not the biggest fan of Lucille Ball. Like everybody's kind of obsessed with her, so maybe that's why I was more relaxed watching this movie. But like when I watch I Love Lucy, it's it's Desi and Bill Frawley are my draws there for sure, because they're to me very funny on the show. But anyways, yeah, Javier did a great job, I thought, and subtly, yeah, because it could have been over the top and stupid, but he was really good.
I don't want to say I'm obsessed with her, but I'm kind of just, her whole life is really interesting. I mean, I just within the last year caught, is it called The Big Street with Henry Fonda? And that they mentioned that in that film. And I was like, wow, she got that role, and it's not a very likable character. In fact, it's a very unlikable character that she plays. It's a Damon Runyon thing. So all this, there's all these other wildly colorful characters in this film to watch. And who did she lose it? Well, she did it because some other big actress, I can't remember who, had a conflict with her schedule. So she thought she was going to be a big star. And then if you watch this film, you see that they dropped her like a hot potato, East potato, like a hot potato. Whose dog is that?
That's mine.
Okay.
More Mediadawg.
Well, you're making my dogs bark now.
Nice. The other thing about Lucille Ball is that you certainly have to, as any semblance of a Star Trek fan has to give her credit. There's no Star Trek really. Both now.
Isn't that funny? That's incredible, isn't it?
Oh, I'm gonna have to mute you. You started
mute myself.
Best director. No, you don't have to mute.
Best director. Okay. I'm gonna go with Jane Campion.
I don't know. I think the only one that I might drop. No, I wouldn't drop any of them. I thought they were all great. I can't choose.
I'm gonna go Jane Campion because I think it was seeing Power of the Dog in the theater. It was so almost overwhelming what she captured there, just up on the screen. But at the same time, I think she really, it's so well directed in terms of the subtleties of the dynamics. And I just think it's understated, but I think in some ways it's big, some ways it's small. And the fact that she does both, to me, she wins it. But I still need to see a couple of these movies too. But I just feel like that's just a monumental thing.
Well, I'm gonna give it to P.T. Anderson for Magnolia.
Well, I love Magnolia.
I'm just kidding. I do too.
I defend that.
I
I
do too.
defend Magnolia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Licorice Pizza, he really did capture that, the feeling of that time for me.
Yeah, this is a really tough one because I think Jane Campion did an amazing job with Power of the Dog, but and I love, and it's my, it's one of my favorite movies of the year. I just loved Licorice Pizza a little bit
Great.
more. And then when you look at directors, I always kind of look at the acting. I didn't mention this in the Best Actress thing. I should have, but for me, the biggest snub was Alana Haim for Licorice Pizza. I thought her performance, and I know it was her, it was her first time, and there's some benefit to that, but she was just so natural in the
Yeah.
movie.
I
And
heard
a lot
that.
of that credit has to go to P.T. Anderson, that, he allowed that to happen. So I guess I'm going with Anderson, but man, any other year, Campion for sure.
I'm not sad. I love Anderson. I mean, I think he's one of the greatest in the world right now.
Yeah.
I got no problem with him winning anything.
No, Brandon did a
Okay,
great job
Best
too.
Picture?
Oh.
Who didn't? Oh yeah. I mean,
Brandon did a great job
do
too.
great work.
And
Yeah.
Hamaguchi, I've got a couple coming from the library from Hamaguchi, because I'd never seen anything but from that guy before. I was
I
pretty
gotta watch
impressed.
that in my car.
Yeah, no,
There's been a lot of things that have been well, I wouldn't even, no, never mind. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, it's the world. It's the world of, it's plays and stuff. In Drive My Car, he's a director,
right.
and
Right.
I noticed that as a theme throughout other stuff this year. But I'm gonna maybe give it to Jane Campion for Holy Smoke, which is another movie I loved. I'm just joking, of course. I can't decide on those. So yeah, sorry, Pat. Best Picture.
Okay. I'm going for West Side Story.
Okay.
Okay, let me make a quick case.
Sure.
I need to see a couple more of these, obviously, but when I look at the films up there right now, and I think, what am I going to want to watch in 25 years? I think it's going to be West Side Story. I've already seen it like 4 times.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge mega fan of the original movie, and I think it's superior in almost every single way, except for a few minor things. I think it's a colossal movie. It makes me so sad it wasn't a box office hit, but I just think it just really gets me. It stayed in my mind. I keep on thinking about it, I don't know.
Well, maybe it would have been an older audience, and maybe they didn't want to die or get a really horrible lung infection.
Yeah, exactly.
Thousands of people are still dying from COVID now,
Yeah.
as we tape. So
Right.
it's still going on. We're just really lucky. Once again, we're very lucky people. Yeah, Lou, what about you?
One thing I didn't talk about in here up till now, and again, maybe I'm hearing different things than you are, but another movie that I really enjoyed that's been mixed is Don't Look Up. I really liked Don't Look Up a lot, and I'm not a fan of Adam McKay. Really, his other satire hasn't worked for me, and I thought I loved Don't Look Up. I really, really enjoyed it. But anyways, that's kind of an aside, because again, it kind of comes down to Licorice Pizza and the Power of the Dog for me. And pretty clearly, it's the only movie I've seen multiple times. It's Licorice Pizza. I just love it. It was perfect, in terms of the time and the performances. I mean, and sorry, I don't remember Hoffman's kid's name, but he was really good as well. But I just really enjoyed Licorice Pizza the best, so I'd give it to that.
I say we just call him Hoffman's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm lucky also in that I don't hear much. And I don't seek much. I mean, like I was saying before, I still can't think of that guy's name from the Herald, but like, Michael Phillips or, who just died recently, Wilmington from the Tribune. As far as
man.
critics, I look at their ratings and then I go see the film. If they give it a 4-star, or can you give it a 5?
Mhm.
Then I'll make a point. But or if it's P.T. Anderson, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I'm not going to read about it. I'm just going to go. I want to see it first. I don't want to know anything about
Yeah.
it. And you know who used to say that? Siskel and Ebert. I'm not comparing us to them, but they used to say we don't want to know anything about it before we go in the theater.
Yeah.
And I don't either. So I almost any of these films. Yeah, with Adam McKay, I'm always resistant. And then once I see it, like what was the one about the former vice president?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't really want to see that. And then when I was walking out, I was like, yeah, that was pretty good. He did a good job with that. Didn't expect it. There's a tone of his stuff that's different from most directors that I like. Isn't he's got a series on HBO right now, right? About sports in the 70s. Is that
Oh, yeah.
Adam McKay, isn't it?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I'm liking it. I
I-
watched the first one.
I will watch it, but I don't want to. And I know I'll probably end up going, yeah, that was pretty good. So I like Don't Look Up also. I thought it was a pretty good film. I mean, it's says a lot about us today. It's but yeah, I don't know that I could pick. If I had to pick about a film that I would want to like show somebody, like a friend, it might be Licorice Pizza. It would probably be West Side Story, but it would definitely be Coda too. I mean, I put
Mhm.
Coda right up there. So I'm not going to choose. I'm just going to say, and even King Richard, great film. But yeah, West Side Story is right up there. Licorice Pizza and Coda for me. I'm going to go 3.
Can I ask you guys, because there is a movie that didn't get any nominations that really bothers me. Is there any movie that you saw that you thought got shut out?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man and Last Night in Soho would be my 2.
Mine would be The Green Knight.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. I like that one too. That held my interest despite the fact that I was really tired when I watched it.
Yeah, I thought that was a great movie. I'm
Did
really
it get
surprised it
nothing?
didn't get at least some like.
I mean,
nothing.
even
I didn't see
Spider-Man
anything.
got something.
Right, you think it would get like production design or something? I don't know,
Beautiful.
but
It was beautiful.
it got forgotten. It got forgotten.
Best Dev Patel.
Best.
Oh, Dev Patel. Dude, you guys like Dev Patel? I love him.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I feel like even before Slumdog Millionaire wasn't his first thing, was it? Like I was like, there's that guy again.
Yeah,
Is he
I
in
love David
English stuff?
Copperfield. I
Oh,
love his David Copperfield.
yes. Beautiful
Yeah.
film. I'm
Love
looking
that
for
movie.
that. I'm looking to buy that. I'm waiting for my library to sell it for $2 because I'd like to own that. Yeah.
Slumdog was kind of his first thing. He was in a TV series called Skins, but I don't know.
Oh, Skins. That's where I saw him. Skins, the British thing. It's
Yeah.
it's a precursor to Euphoria. It's British kids out of control, basically. I really like that show. So yeah, Euphoria. Yeah, I was a little disappointed that Zendaya didn't get a bigger role in Dune, but you can't have everything, right?
She will next time, the sequel.
Okay. Old Blue Eyes, as I call her.
Yeah. Oh, Blue Eyes.
So yeah, what are you looking out for? What's coming up? There's I'm just finishing up with the Paramount with Discovery. So I don't know how that ends, but I'm looking at this, with this thing that they don't know what it is and it's very dangerous. So, and Tig's in it sometimes.
I like whenever Tig's in it. I'm not a big fan of Star Trek Discovery. I stopped watching it.
Oh, you did stop. Okay.
I stopped. I just, the writing I think is bad.
Yeah, and I'm gonna wait till Picard comes out on DVD. I'm aging myself.
I hated the ending of the Picard season 1, but I'm kind of digging season 2. Okay.
Oh, you
That's what I wondered is, yeah, because season 1 was just, ugh. But
It was forgettable. I don't even remember what.
The ending was so bad. The ending
Yeah.
was so bad.
I haven't watched season 2, but you're saying it's better, maybe?
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
have
know,
an ending to season 1 that I wish they would have done. That would have made everything okay. But I think
but there's, I just watched, have we talked about Mrs. Maisel on here? Have you guys watched Mrs. Maisel?
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the latest because movies, but
Yeah,
will.
season 4 is terrible, and I was like,
Oh, I like season 4.
oh really? Yeah, no, and I was like, God, please more.
Then I'll
Luke
probably like it.
more Luke Kirby and less Jane Lynch. I hate Jane Lynch.
Oh, I thought Jane Lynch was so great in this. I loved it. Oh
But
my God.
but the season finale is the best episode they've ever done.
So Dan Geyer,
You and I agree on that. That is absolutely true.
The season finale of season 4 is the best episode, and Luke
Across the board.
Kirby as Lenny Bruce is there's nobody better than him right now in that role, you know what I mean, in a role on TV. But that's the other thing is there was again, I hear all this talk, so maybe you guys haven't heard this, but you know, there's all this talk about Lenny Bruce being a real person and they're beholden to his life arc and stuff. And I'm like, but Maisel's fake. None of that's real. Why do they have to worry about what Lenny was doing at a certain point in time in his life? You know, whether he was on drugs or going downhill or, you know, whatever's going on, it doesn't matter. As soon as they introduced Lenny Bruce to grounded in reality or in real time and accidentally found out that this character they created, Mrs. Maisel and Lenny Bruce have this amazing chemistry, they're just, guess what? You got to go with it because you accidentally did it, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
preaching to
And
the
let it-
choir.
Pardon?
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
No, I'm just. So, anyways, he was great, but the season finale of season 4 really made the whole thing worthwhile, and the episode is just. I just watched it again. I don't think I've ever watched a Maisel episode twice, and I just
I'd
rewatched.
watch that one again. That was so good.
Yep.
And it was so funny.
Yep. Oh, it's funny. It was perfect. The dialogue, the two of them, even the other stuff in the story, not just her and Lenny. It was the other stuff was great. But Kevin
Yeah.
Pollak and Tony Shalhoub have
Oh.
a scene that's it's the best.
So good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to get us started on that. I just wondered.
So Resident Alien, if you haven't, do.
Oh, that's the
Alan Tudyk is in it.
I'm not crazy about the second season. I don't think it's as good as the first, but I'll just watch it for him. I'll just watch it for him because he's so good.
Yeah, when he, I don't even know how to put this. Spoilers, we should just call our show spoilers, and then we won't have to worry. I'm just gonna say when he kills the octopus. Or he just, anyway,
He's so good. He's just,
he really is. So Dan Geyer is the name of the critic that I can almost guarantee you that if he likes it or loves it, I'll probably not like it at all or hate it. And getting back to Jane Lynch, so Only Murders in the Building, when she appears, is one of the biggest laughs for me in that whole series.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she plays Steve Martin's double from the back in the day from his television.
that's right. I forgot.
And Martin Short, it's his reaction. And then yeah, I guess that. And then speaking of that, I really like The After Party. I think it's on
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Apple, maybe Apple, maybe I don't know.
I want to watch that. I
But
really
I'm
want
dropping Paramount because $9.99 a month is a bit steep for me for one show, even if it's concurrent.
Yes,
We're out
George.
of time,
Oh,
Okay.
and I'm not going to start it up. Oscars, Academy Awards are, I don't know what channel, but you'll find it on the 27th of March.
Yep.
So
ABC.
pretty soon. And thanks, you guys. Thanks again.
Thanks, George.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Thanks,
George.
Lou.
thanks, you guys. And bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
No.